All the way.
3, 2, 1, drop.
I'm racing a kid. That's in purpose.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, drop.
There. Yep.
3, 2, 1, drop.
Yeah.
And Leo.
Final 6 laps, right?
Yep, 6 laps.
I'm gonna beat that.
No. Alright.
Yeah.
First lane.
Yeah.
Ready?
Alright. 6 laps. Race was ready. 3, 2, 1, drop.
Let's get 1, 2, 3. Tukod baterya. That's my car. What's up, guys? It's your boy Cielshock from Cielshock, Mini4wd drive racing squad, and I'm a teacher here in Noobworx. And before I start my video, I'll say shout out to Print Nation and Game Buzz. If you guys are interested with my band royalty stuff and apparel, Print Nation and Game Buzz, I got the link at the description below. And also, shout out to your clothing. If you guys are into 90s streetwear apparel, your clothing, I got the link at the description below. Alright, so you've seen the video, you've seen the track layout, and we're going to feature my car, my Super 2 built. Rear body damper system. This is one of my oldest cars. This is one of my favorite cars because this is my second car when I was getting back into the hobby. This is Phoenix, a rear body damper system. Yeah. Alright, so let's get into it. This is going to be a long video because of the parts. Alright, first part would be this metal bearing set AO1002-94381. Those are securing my body damper. And you see how body damper works, you guys already know. And next part is AO1034 sliding damper springs 1035. Alright, so these are the springs, soft springs that I use. So there's a lesser stress when the body damper goes up. And I'll explain it later. Why did I use rear body damper, and then why am I using soft springs? This part, you guys must be wondering, these are metal bushings from a kit. I put it on the FRP plate, make it bigger, so the holes will not get bigger to prolong flicking of the body damper system. But we'll get into that. Alright, this parts, you guys must be wondering, I use it for locks all the time. These are the AO1045 10320 rubber tubing, 3.5 by 60 millimeters. You can get it on a pack. It's 5 pieces per pack. AO1045 10320. Alright, next part will be the Winning Bird Formula Clear Body Set Polycarbonate 15503. Again, that's 15503. I use polycarbonate because it's light. I like Winning Bird because of its aerodynamic and it, stylish style. So you can see this is very old, like the paint job, guys, battle scars and everything. And you guys must be wondering, why did I cut the canopy over there for style? If you guys are interested, putting that styling mesh is 15044. It's the Tamiya styling mesh black, item number 15044. All right, nothing special. I just want to make it a little bit lighter and, you know, a little bit of style. All right, so let's get into the body damper. So this body damper is very special to me because my buddy Matrixx, when Noobworx was starting, the founder of Noobworx, I was asking him to make me one because I have no idea how to make body damper is, and he was like, I'll send you one and I'll make you one so you can try to trace it and have an idea how to do it. But eventually, as the story goes, I end up going to California, and then we end up doing it together, and he have a CNC machine, so we end up having this and using this at the dojo race, which is very sentimental to me because that's the only time, and it was a good time going there and racing in California with him. All right, so that's a little bit of history about the body damper, but let's get into the parts. This is the FRP reinforcing plate. There's two reinforcing plate over there. It's 15193. Again, it's item number 15193. FRP reinforcing plate. Why did I use FRP? At that time, I don't have any budget, so I just want to use FRP. But now, FRP works for me because it's kind of like flicked more compared to the carbon. They're more flexible, but they haven't break in me. Like, I mean, it was never broken, but you know, the only downfall when you're using FRP, it's less tougher than carbon. But what I like with this is like there's like a rebound with it. Like there's a flick, you know, with the FRP. That's why I stick to it. As you can see, like everything is carbon in the build, but this is FRP because I like that flick and it helps me for dampening the car. It's like extra damp when it's like vibrating like that. Again, it's item number 15193. This too. It was cut on that side, cut on this side. As you guys can trace it, pause it, whatever you want to do. Next part would be the side, the FRP wide rear plate. Alright, so this is the FRP wide rear plate right here. So Matrixx probably cut this side and shave it out with a machine. As you can see, like it's perfectly aligned. It's not handmade. The only thing handmade over here is this one. It's also a reinforcing plate that I did because I think that's one's missing because it's kind of like twisting. So I put that one over there with a reinforcing plate, and he used this FRP wide rear plate for AR chassis 15452. Again, that's item number 15452. Alright, so next part would be the spacers over here. These are lightweight plastic spacers, black, 15506 right here, and I have some silver over there. That's also the aluminum spacers, but I will discuss this later. But these black ones are low friction plastic spacers, black, 12, 6.43, 1.5 millimeters. That's a pack of light plastic spacers. Again, item number 15506. Alright, so those are the spacers, or body damper. And this part over here, this is from a side mass damper set from AR Chassis. It's item number 15459. Again, it's item number 15459. I like it because it's a catch. You see, like some people are wondering, there are different kinds of body dampering system. This one acts like a catch on the damper weights. So when it gets caught on the track layout, there are situations it gets caught on the track layout, it just slides back. It's not like the hanging dampers. Let me see. So like this build. I haven't showed this build because this is the new one, but I'm showing it first time in YouTube. All right, so this build, this is a hanging damper. It doesn't have that catch, this kind of catch that I'm showing you guys. So when it gets caught with a track, it can get caught like that, right? With the screws. But this one is one of my older builds, so this is one of the older styles. This is side mass damper set AR chassis 15459. And what we did is we cut it, shape it like this. Alright, you guys can pause the video if you guys want to copy it, shape it like this. But item number is 15459. Shape it like that so it can act like a catch for the body damper. And obviously, when you buy that set for AR chassis, you have your dampers with you. So you have two dampers with you. These two dampers, they're not too light, they're not too heavy. I think there's in the medium range weight. So that's the bullet, and that's the cylinder damper. The cylinder damper dampen system. Alright? Alright, so that's the rear body damper system. Why did I use rear body damper system? Is because I want the car to land higher and land longer. So how that happens? So every time the car flicks like that, it goes hang in the air because I have soft springs, and makes the car jump higher. And because I have the long tail setup, it jumps longer, but that would be later. So that's the reason. That's my whole point of doing the car, like doing a rear body damper that time, especially on the track layouts that time. I want to land longer. Alright? And higher. Longer and higher. So that's my rear body damper system. Those are the parts. Alright, let's move on. Okay, so let's go to the chassis. The chassis I use, it was also cut by Matrixx, so it was overly cut. Alright, so it was overly cut, as you can see. So there's like an extra carbon plate over there to secure it. I'll explain it to you later. But shout out Matrixx. Again, what's up, buddy? He makes my wheels and stuff. Alright, rear body damper for the Super 2 reinforced chassis white. So you can see it's a Super 2 reinforced chassis white. If you guys are looking for what kind of compound or material that was used, if you can go focus. This is polycarbonate ABS compound. It's 95256 Super 2 reinforced. Reinforced because I want it to be tough as much as possible, because one of the weaknesses of the Super 2, it twists, but I want it to be tough because I want to put like a strong motor at this build at the beginning, you know, when I was gonna race over there. And also I didn't cut the body, so you can see I only did bumperless, and I didn't do any crazy modifications with the body. I didn't make it super light because I don't want it to be too light. I want it to have like extra weight because I'm using a stronger motor, and I think it worked well for me through the years. So again, that's item number 95256, cut by Matrixx, Super 2 reinforced chassis white. Alright, next would be the front bumper. Let's talk about the front bumper. Alright, so you can see that I have a Tamiya tape over there, item number 95230 red. Tamiya tape, item number 95230 red. That's the one that I used to adjust my brakes, obviously. And I have a pink brake inside of that. And if you guys are interested what's a pink brake or a red brake, item number 15492. Again, it's item number 15492, Tamiya brakes red. It's underneath there. So what I do is when I want to land super short, so for adjustments. So yeah, so before I forget, I do rear body damper for higher and longer landing. But if you guys want to adjust to that, it depends on the track situation. You could put, it depends on your brakes. You know, it's not it goes hand in hand with your brakes and with your overall setup, not just one portion of the setup, the body damper. But that's one way to adjust brakes. Again, the red brakes are item number 15492, Tamiya brakes red. And if you want to adjust it with the Tamiya tape, 95230 red, Tamiya tape red. Alright, next would be the high grade carbon rear stay 3mm, item number 95259. Again, that's item number 95259. That's the high grade carbon rear stay. This is the one right here. Alright, I'm gonna try to show you guys, because this one you guys will not recognize if I don't remove this. So I'm gonna dismantle this whole car for you. Alright, one thing too, you guys make sure you countersunk your screws so it doesn't get caught. Some of my builds are not countersunk because I don't have a lot of countersunk screws, but make sure you at least countersunk your plates, the plates that you use for your minis. Alright, there you go. That's my underplate. Anyway, that's the high-grade carbon rear stay, 3mm, 95259. It was CNC cut here. See, it's like cut in half, like split in half. You guys can see it's split in half over there, because for underguard purposes, see, it's an underguard front, and it was CNC cut, split in half here in the middle part too, so I can put the brakes. You know what, I'm gonna take it up so I can show you guys, even though to me it seems quite expensive. All right, so you can see it is like exactly made for the brakes over there. So you have a brake slot over there. Again, it's item number 95259, high grade carbon rear stay, 3mm. It was made by Matrixx. Thank you, Matrixx. All right, next part. Oh, this part, by the way, is also reinforcing plate. This is an angle plate, so you can see it was angled, so it was shaved to form an angle. There's a tool that they use, but I think Migs used the CNC machine for this. He made this for me too. So this is a reinforcing plate. This is actually an FRP reinforcing plate, just like what I use for the body damper. So that's, I think that's probably like 7 or 8 degrees for angling my car. All right, so we have parts everywhere. Make sure we don't lose any. All right, next part is the high-grade carbon reinforcing plate for 13 and 19 rollers, 1.5mm, 15497, which is this. Again, item number 15497. These are extended, so if it gives you the option to use 13mm if you want to, but I use 19mm, so I use that extended plate. And if you guys are wondering why did I bumperless the body, because I want the rollers to be closer as much as possible to the wheels for cornering purposes, because the shorter the car is, faster it is in the cornering. And that's also an extra reinforcing plate over there, as you can see. So it acts like a wall that blocks the car. So let's say the car cores out, right? Car cores out, and then this bumper keeps on hitting. The bumper will not be bended like that or whatever, because it's resting on this plate, because we overcut, because that's one thing that you can do when you overcut the chassis doing bumperless, is put the plate over there. It was stick by glue, and you know, it's resting over. All right, so just don't overcut. If you tend to overcut, just use these plates, so it would be resting over here. Alright, next part will be item number 95404, high-grade lightweight 19mm aluminum ball race rollers red, which are these. There you go, those are my 19mm race ball rollers red, item number 95404. Alright, the reason why I picked lightweight is because obviously for lesser weight, I want the car to be balanced on weight. So some parts are heavy, some parts are light, but I want my rollers to be lighter. So I use the lightweight 19mm rollers, and I use 19mm so I would be crazy fast in cornering, especially when it's closer to the body like this. And also ringless, because ringless have lesser drag, but it does have that control. So that's why I use 19mm. Alright, and you guys might be wondering, what are these? These are my familiar stabilizers. These are small dia wheels. There are PC ABS plastic reinforced wheels from a Victory Magnum kit, and you can find these wheels on the Victory Magnum kit premium 19434. Again, it's item number 19434. So the new roller rules in Tamiya, you can use unlimited rollers up to date by 2019. You can still use unlimited rollers, but this build I don't have to, because I'm basically using this for 3 lanes and I'm racing this for traditional lane changers. So that's why I use this as a stabilizer, because this is 19mm and this is probably like 18 point something, so it only hits the track when the car tilts, and it helps the car stabilizes it, especially on the traditional lane changer. And I have a separate video about that. If you guys are interested about it, just look up in Noobworx channel I think the title of the video is how to overcome the traditional lane changer. So that's part of it, like having stabilizers. All right. Again, these wheels are item number 19437. All right. Next part would be the lightweight plastic spacer set red. Right there. That's the one I use. It's item number 95400. Lightweight plastic spacer set. It's a set of 12 millimeters, 6.76, 3 and 1.5 millimeters. I use red. It's color matching. As you can see, even my rear spacers are red. And I use lightweight because obviously for weight reduction and it's lighter. So that's the reason I use red. Obviously for color matching. Again, it's item number 95400. Lightweight plastic spacer set red. Alright, so that's for the bumper. Already dismantled the bumper and everything. So we're gonna go move on to the rear bumper. Alright, at the rear bumper, we have this high-grade carbon rear multi-setting stay. We need 2 sets of that. So this is the high-grade carbon multi-setting stay right here. And this one. So this one, it's cut on the sides. So you can see the sides were cut. And this one, it was the sides were cut, and it was cut right here and right there for my long tail setup. So you need 2 of that. I have item number 95260. So I cut that for weight reduction, and then this one was cut for long tail purposes because what I've said earlier, the rear body damper goes jump higher, and then for long tail setup for longer landing. So you need 2 of that. Again, item number 95260. High grade carbon rear multi-roller setting stay. Alright, 1 and 2. Alright, next part would be the fully cowled front stay. For my underguard, it's the 20th anniversary edition 95253. Again, it's item number 253. It is cut like this, shaped like this to act as my underguard, and sometimes I use this to add brakes over here. It depends on the track situation. That's when your car gets caught, so it won't get cut. So that's the high grade carbon front stay for fully cowled 1.5 millimeters 20th anniversary 95253. That's for my underguard. And this part up here is also the high-grade carbon reinforcing plate for 19 and 13 that I used earlier. So that's 1 and 2. That's one pack. So you get 2 pieces on a pack. I put it overlap on top because if you do that, it makes the car tougher. So 2 carbons together are tough. So we cut the sides so it's possible to put it on top, and then you can put it closer to the body. And the multi-setting stay holes are cut too, so you can see over there it was cut, so it's on the second hole, so it's closer to the body. So it was adjusted closer to the body or the chassis, so the rollers are closer to the wheels, and it makes the car shorter. If you put this back, this is the actual length of each rollers on each side, so it makes the car shorter, and basically you're fast in cornering. So that's the reinforcing plate. If you guys want to remember the item number, I mentioned it earlier, but I'm gonna mention it again. It's item 15497. Again, it's item 15497. High grade carbon reinforcing plate for 13 and 19. So you can use 19 too if you want, but I prefer to use you can use 13 too, but I prefer to use 19. All right. So here, right here, so you can see that red thing. That red thing over there. It's quite dirty now because it's kind of old. It's the reinforced. It's the 3PT. It's reinforced rear double roller stay 3-point attachment red. It's item number 94745 right there. What I did is the 3-point attachment, it was cut. Usually a 3-point attachment will look like this as a whole. So what I did is I just cut the 3PT part over here. So I took that, cut it like this right there, and then put the carbon on top, so it makes it sturdier. And if you have that 3-point attachment all together, the Super 2 will be super sturdy and tough at the rear. Every time the car sways, it hits that impact. Sometimes it breaks over here, especially on VS chassis, but Super 2, just to be safe, I use that. Reinforced rear double roller state, 3-point attachment, red, 94745. Obviously, it's red because for color matching, but don't matter, it's reinforced or carbon is good. Alright. Next part would be this shiny bling bling things like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So those are 2 packs of 2mm aluminum lock nuts red. There's 5 pieces in the pack times 2. It's item number 15493. Alright, so I use this aluminum lock nuts because they're actually lighter from regular nuts and the metal lock nuts. So it's lighter, and also for color matching, obviously it's red, and it's like it secures your screws and your attachment points because there's like a rubber lining inside the lock nuts. That's why it's called lock nuts. Again, it's item number 15493. 2mm aluminum lock nuts red, 5 pieces, so you need 2 of that, 2 packs. Alright, next would be the 19mm aluminum 5-spoke rollers with plastic rings, red. Obviously, it's red for color matching. 5-spoke because I want it to be lighter, but I want it more durable. Compared to using a 17mm that's 3-spoke, so a little bit more durable, but also it's stylish. And item number is 95396. Plastic rings, because you're basically just dragging this. I basically do that for most of my builds now. So I'm using Hyper Dash motor. I'm not using like a crazy Power Dash or whatever motor. I'm just using Hyper Dash, and I don't want any drag as much as possible because, as you can see, the roller positioning, it's 19, so it's like shorten the car. From here to here is like the roller distance, so it shortens the roller distance, and I want that optimum cornering. So the closer to the body and the shorter the distance between the rollers, your car will be super fast and cornering if you do it right. And I don't want any drag, so I use plastic rings, so you're basically just like dragging this. So bearing and plastic combination is actually a very good combination with the rollers. So that's the reason why I use the 19 aluminum 5-spoke rollers with plastic rings, and obviously it's red for color matching. So that's 95396. All right. So next part would be this part. These are the AR. It's from it's a cylinder damper. No, actually, it's a bullet damper. It's actually from the FRP mass damper set from AR chassis 15459 that I mentioned earlier. So you need 2 sets, and you're just taking the cylinder right here. I mean, not the cylinder. You're just taking the bullet damper. So this is quite heavy compared to my other setups, the dampers that I use, the weight dampers that I use, because I want to balance it out, because this car is gonna go fast with my Hyper Dash, and I want to balance it out. Usually I go lighter, but just to even the jump, I use a little bit heavier damper at the rear part. Alright, so that's what composes all the plates and everything. Let's go to the internals. We're going to the internals now. So this is a lock, Super 2 lock. It's from Astro Boomerang Clear Red Special. So that's what I took from that kit. Item number 95274. Again, it's item number 95274. That's the Astro Boomerang Clear Red Special. It's a Super 1 lock. You guys must be wondering why I use Super 1. Super 1 lock secures the battery more, in my opinion, and it's also way lighter. There you go. See, it's easy snap on, it's wear lighter. So if you want to do that too, that's one modification that one upgrade that I use. I don't use the S2 lock usually. Item number 95274 from Astro Boomerang. And also, I took the Astro Boomerang wheels, the 5-spoke white wheels, because I wanted a large diameter. So I took that from the Astro Boomerang too, this white wheels. So I took the battery lock and this white wheels. So I want it wide. So you're probably wondering why I use the narrow wheels. and it's wide because I wanted the wide stance, because the wider the stance is, the more stable the car, so I compensate that, the stability with that. That's why I usually use the wider stance compared to the narrower wheels. That's just my style and it works for me. You guys can use any other wheels if you want, but it's gonna, obviously this is my setup and this is built for specifically track situations. That's why I use this kind of wheels. So I took that from Astro Boomerang Clear Body Red Special again, and I used AO620s. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have 5 in the gear, and then 6 for my floating transmission. So I have 3 packs of AO620s. So remember that, AO620s for your bearings. And then I used this offset tire combination. This is 25mm tires, the black part over here at the rear. It's a 25mm, and then this 24.5, the maroon ones. So these black ones, these are just ordinary slick tires. You can get it from any kit with black tires that are slick. So it was cut in half, and this one's 25mm, I think, or 25.5. Let's check. I think I have my caliper somewhere. So I have my digital caliper over here. Let's check it out. This is made by Matrixx. Shout out Matrixx in the Philippines. We make all my custom wheels, and also Migex do my wheels. Yeah, so this is 25.8, the rear. Let's check this one too. Yep, they're all exactly 25.8. And then the inner part, we'll measure it later, but that's 25.8 in the outer part over here. Yep, they're all like evenly 25.8. So the rear part, it's the slick tire, that's 25.8. And then up front, it's the low friction, low profile tire, maroon. Fully called 25th anniversary 95116. Again, it's item number 95116. The low friction up front. So that's 25.8. And then the outer part is 25.44. Yep, they're all 25.44. So there's like 0.4 difference on each tire. It's offset tire, so this is the only part that are rubbing when the car is running straight, and when it goes to the corner it tilts a little bit. It's low friction at the rear, at the outer part, and then the slicker part, because all your torque is coming from the rear part. So that's the reason why the slick tire is the one in the rear part, because that's where the motor is. So when the power of the motor transfer to the wheels, that all torque would be on that rear part. And then once it's transferred on the propeller shaft, the front part, you have your low friction up front, because it's lower friction. So when you go to the cornering, it's lesser drag, so that the speed differential, it will not ruin your gears, and it's also like smoother. So when you go to cornering, you're basically like drifting. So again, that's item number 95116. Low friction, low profile tire, maroon, fully cal, 25th anniversary. That's the maroon part. And then the slick tires, you can get it on any kit with the black slick tires. All right, so that's basically for cornering. As you can see, like bit by bit, this car is for cornering too. It's built for cornering. All right, so moving on. All right, so now I'm gonna show you the internals. This one on top over here is the easy locking system. This is the reinforced gears with easy locking gear. So this is the easy locking gear cover for Super 2. It's 15438. Again, it's item number 15438. So it's easier to remove. 15438. And it comes with the crown gears. As you can see, that's the black carbon crown gear. And I have my floating transmission over there. Again, it's item number 15438. I'm going to show you the front part too. There you go. Take it off. Alright, so this, what I did to this front part, I reinforced it by drilling a hole and putting a screw over there, because this usually pops when the car jumps, like it pops off. So that's the reason I made a hole over there. So this internals, the cover, the switch cover, I drill a hole over there. Alright, so that's the gears. And next item would be the hollow propeller shaft. It's 1.4 hollow propeller shaft 15205. It's 1.4 millimeters. This is that hollow propeller shaft that I use because it's hollow in the middle and it's lighter and it's tougher compared to a stock regular propeller shaft. Alright, so next would be on the wheels. You have your hard shafts over there. Item number 15235. Again, it's item number 15235. 72 millimeter hard shafts. I use hard shafts because it's tougher and most likely take a lot of race or jumps before it bends. So that's one reason. So you can see, I'll show you one of my secrets about over there on the gear cover. I mean, at the switch cover. Alright, I'm gonna put this back as we move on. Alright, so there you go. This internal black accent that I'm trying to do is from a Super 2 premium carbon chassis too. So these are carbon. It's from a Beak Spider kit, I think. Yeah, it's from a Beak Spider kit, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll put the item number there too with a Beak Spider. I'll put the item number below because I don't have the item number right now. Alright, so next would be the bearing roller spacers. Alright, those are the bearing roller spacers in between the AO620s. So don't forget about the AO620s too that I mentioned earlier. AO620s are good. So the roller spacers, I don't know if you guys can see it over there, right there. It's the spacers that you use for rollers. It helps you smoothen the transmission if you have that. Okay, again, it's the bearing roller spacer. It's AO1018, 20 pieces. Item number 94768. AO1018 bearing roller spacers, 20 pieces. So that's a lot when you buy it. All right, and then next is the super gear set, super speed gear set. There you go. It's the yellow and light blue color 351, because I'm using a hyper dash motor and the car is light, so I want that top speed. That's why I want the 351 gear. So I want more top speed because the tires are already trimmed, because normally I use 26 and now it's 25 something, 25.8. So I'm using a 351 gear to have that top speed. And I have an AO620 on the gears. Nothing fancy, it's not floating gear. And then I have that roller bearing, roller spacer right there. Alright, so here's my floating transmission. Alright, as you can see, it's very smooth. You see that spacer? That spacer is a aluminum spacer, silver. And I have some silver aluminum spacers on my build, like right here. So that's where I got it. If you are interested with a aluminum spacer, you can use any spacer as long as it's 0.5 or 1.5. It's item number 948. No, it's item number 15473. Again, it's item number 15473, aluminum spacer set. That's a spacer over there. So what I did is I cut that plastic separating this two. Take it off and then put the spacer over there, and then I put I put a motor spacer. A motor spacer. If you guys haven't seen motor spacer, when you open a motor, you guys can use that white motor spacer in the motor, and I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. So a motor spacer looks like this. Like this. So there's a motor spacer in between that spacer, the aluminum spacer, and next would be like cutting that part for your floating transmission. That part right there. Cutting that part. And if you cut that part, that will make you room to put those roller bushings. Those are 2 roller bushings. And if you guys are wondering where you can get those, or you can get it from A01007, item number 94385, 2mm long screw lock nut set, and then get the bushings over there. That's from a 2mm long screw lock nut set from an A01007 94385. So you can get those 2 roller metal bushings, and that's another A0620 over there, so I can push it. So I pushed it with a long screw so it doesn't move and it obscures my floating transmission. Alright, there you go. And that's all my internals and gears. And also I have this black pinion gear. It's from the reinforced gears and easy locking from Super 2. So that's all in the package. That's the crown gear, this pinion gear, and this easy locking system, which is very good deal. Next would be the aluminum motor support. Alright, so this is the aluminum motor support. It's the purple one. It's item number 94810. So it helps, this one helps dissipates heat. It dissipates heat from the motor while it's running, so due to overheating. It's pushed the motor, so it aligns the motor, because when the motor runs, it vibrates, and the motor support supports it and pushes the motor in place. Alright, so again, that's item number 94810. Alright, so we're almost done here. And then you guys are wondering about the silver lock nuts that I'm using. Those are just regular lock nuts. I also have the item number for these babies. It's item number A01015 2mm lock nuts, and they come up with 10 pieces. Again, A01015 94690 2mm lock nuts, 10 pieces. Alright. And then obviously, last but not the least, I have a Hyperdash motor. Shit, I already put it in. And I use Hyperdash motor because it's well balanced. It does high torque, high top speed, not too much, not too slow, not too fast. It is a Hyperdash 3 motor, item number 15477. I usually use J-cup motors, but this one is very durable because I found out that the carbon on this bad boys are thicker than the new ones that are released. So these are older version. Again, it's item number 15477, Hyperdash 3 motor. Alright, so that's about it. That's my setup. So it's not that light, it's not that heavy, and we are using it for Tamiya open class or Tamiya class races. Alright, so I'm gonna build this up, wrap it up. We're gonna weigh it, and then we're gonna check how fast it is on a speed checker. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Alright, so this car is all back all together now. It's all built back to its build shape after I discuss all the parts. I forgot one thing. It's the brake sponge 3-type brake set that I use over here in the rear. You guys are wondering what is this gray part over here. It's from the sponge brake 3 types. It's 15441. It's item number 15441. That's the one that they use at the rear. So that's one thing that I forgot. But here we go. I'm going it through it. So we're gonna weigh this car without batteries altogether. So People are wondering how much does it weigh. Usually use grams, and it's 116 grams. Let's see, sure if it's accurate. There you go, it's 116 grams. So we made it happen. The build is very light, so that's how we compensate, by using only hyperdash motor. So it's built to be lighter. That's why we use light parts. This is a cornering build. That's why the distance between the rollers are short. Rear body damper, so it can jump higher and longer by using a long tail setup. So it's pretty basic. I mean, it's a little bit advanced from a beginner basic build, but this is totally an upgrade. And now we're gonna check its top speed. But before we check its top speed, obviously we're gonna use the high speed Matrixx oil. Alright, if you guys are interested with high speed Matrixx oil, I got the link at the description below. This is a accommodator drop that makes your car have a boost on races and also cleanses your motor. It's like a voodoo oil, but it is fine in the Philippines. And high speed Matrixx oil, you go check it out. Alright, we're using this. Use a few drops. There you go. And then we're gonna check the top speed. Alright. Let's see. Alright, so that's 40 kilometers per hour. Alright, that's pretty quick. That's our top speed. And this is Phoenix, my rear body damper Super 2 build. As I always say, we learn from you, you learn from us. Always race humble. Peace.